We have many unsung heroes who actually fought for their country and died for their country here in Duncan land. One of those people was Potteramindi, who was a well-known Aboriginal fighter in the same name as Pemulwuy was for the actual Sydney clan group, and Tedbury, his son, who also was part of that early resistance. Mosquito, who was another local Aboriginal Duncan young man and who actually fought a great resistance war against the early settlers at that time.
Well, my name's Beverly Simon and I'm actually the Executive Director of the Association. Well, when we were going to become registered, we looked for a name that was significant to the local area. So we picked Bungary because we did a little bit of research into it, and that was the name of a local warrior that travelled up and down the coast with flinders. Well, the association was originally registered in 1995 by an interested group of Aboriginal women and a couple of men, where we sat down and identified a lot of service gaps that were there, and we really thought that the service was needed, because what had happened was there was some services that were delivered here originally by Broken Bay Aboriginal Corporation, and they actually started off with half a person, I think 2 days a week, delivering meals. So we took over the auspice of that, and that's where we then entered into a long, for nearly 19 years I've been working here. We now have over 15 programs. We're servicing up to 300 to 400 Parry people.
My name is Vikki Parry. I'm the daughter of Eleanor Duncan, who the Aboriginal Medical Centre's been named after. In the early 1990s, there was a specific Aboriginal Health Action Group that was formed, and during that time it was identified that there were specific needs for the Aboriginal community on the Central Coast for their own Aboriginal medical service. And through that time and the process of lobbying, talking with health services, the centre was developed.
The ACG has been a major part of bringing in the new Aboriginal education policy for schools, and also all of the staff. That's been a major part of in terms of AEAs. When the ACG started, I think that the numbers were very limited in terms of AEAs. I think there's over 200 of them now. And they've also fought for major changes in preschool education, and also especially in high schools, where we've tried to make sure that Aboriginal studies becomes a normal part of the curriculum.
Well, we take in people both here from every walk of life, different nationalities and stuff like that, but sort of like it was originally set up for Aboriginal people, but we've got a Chinaman here, we've got all sorts of people here, you know what I mean, and like if you want to change your life, this is what this place is about,
Yeah, and Dad worked a lot of the time there. At the beginning, with no money. He just did it because it was his dream, it was his baby, and like he couldn't leave the place alone.
For youth, it opened opportunities for the young Indigenous kids in the area to get to know each other and to build some solidarity around that, to give them, empowerment to feel proud about who they are and look at learning more about their cultural heritage and just starting to feel more cultural pride about I'm Aboriginal and be able to say I'm Aboriginal.
Eleanor Duncan has over 4,000 clients, Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal. They receive GP consults from 3 male doctors, 2 female doctors. One which is a sexual health doctor. We also have our cottage, which runs a early intervention worker, maternal health worker, a midwife and another nurse down at the cottage. And they provide help to young mums and babies, young mums throughout their pregnancy and their children turn 8, so they provide immunisation, health checks and antenatal classes.
One's the background, mainly women, yes, or women, because it's the men at the front going nah, 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 and it's the women in the background, it's the quiet ones who are getting things done.